This afternoon, from County Stadium in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Game One of the American League Wildcard Series between the Baltimore Orioles and the Milwaukee Brewers.
The Los Angeles Dodgers, brought to you by Light Beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less, and by Dodge and your Dodge dealer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Milwaukee's County Stadium, where it's about 50 degrees here on October 4th, 1978, on a afternoon weather. If you're with us yesterday, and if you don't want to hear the results, plug your ears. But it was the Boston Red Sox losing to the California Angels in Game 1 of the American League Wildcard Series. This is a best of 5, so Game 2 will be Louis Tiant for the Boston Red Sox against Nolan Ryan. Today will be Game 1 between the number 4 seed Milwaukee Brewers and the number 5 seed Baltimore Orioles. Pitching for the Milwaukee Brewers, Mike Caldwell, and pitching for the Baltimore Orioles, Jim Palmer. Again, the Brewers are the 4th seed. The Orioles are the 5 seed. The number 1 seed are the New York Yankees, and the number 2 seed are the Kansas City Royals. But they'll both have bye weeks until this series is finished. And then the lowest seed will take on the Yankees, and the higher seed left will take on the Kansas City Royals. And that will be, again, the best. Now, again, will be a best of 5, and then it'll be a best of 7 when we go to the World Series. So it is. Hey, Ron McGrath, thank you, man. Thank you for coming in. I'm glad you are a part of one of my shows. I always see you around. I know you're a big fan of games I play. And, of course, Mr. Milwaukee, Ben. Mr. Ben, how are you, Ben? So here are your lineups for today's game. Again, this is Game 1. Again, this is kind of loosely based on RJL's playoff format, but I'm using MLB's new playoff format, which means six playoff teams to do it. So the Brewers and Orioles end up making it. The Brewers with the better record, they will get games 1 and 2 at home. So here are the lineups. It'll be Billy Smith leading off for Baltimore, followed by Lee May, then Eddie Murray, Doug DeCinces, and then it will be Andres Mora, Larry Harlow, Ken Singleton, Rick Dempsey, and then Rick Dower. On the mound is Jim Palmer. And then for the Milwaukee Brewers, Paul Molitor will lead off at second, Robin Yount batting second. He's at shortstop. Cecil Cooper is your first baseman. Larry Heisel will be your left fielder. Actually, Larry Heisel will be your DH. Ben Ogilvie will be in left field. The captain, Sal Bando, will be at third. Sexto Lascano will be in right, batting seventh. Gorman Thomas in center, batting eighth. And Charlie Moore will bat ninth behind the plate. Again, Mike Caldwell on the mound for the Brewers and Jim Palmer for the Orioles. As Mike Caldwell takes the field and begins his warm-ups, he was 22-9, 2.36 ERA. This is one thing where payoff pitch does have a little bit of a negative on it, because you got somebody who was look up the split stats of Mike Caldwell back in. It's an excellent game, man. It's one of the better games that I play, cards and dice, and it translates really well. So, and it's by sideline strategy games. Joe Bryan puts this out along with some other games he puts out. So sideline strategy games. So here we go. This will be game 1. Mike Caldwell. Again, if you look up the splits this year, Mike Caldwell in Stratomatic was a 7-9L, absolutely dominant versus lefties, and then he got poked around a bit against righties. But in payoff pitch, there are split stats, but only on the batter's card. So it doesn't kind of matter where he pitches, because it goes off the pitcher first, then the hitter, but there's no splits on the pitcher. So it kind of makes his dominant one side not exactly a factor, because you can still kind of put your own lefties against them, and if they hit well enough, they'll hit. So here we go. Let's get this started. Game 1 of the 1978 Wildcard Series between the Orioles and Brewers. Billy Smith leads off, and we're underway. It's going to be a 7 A 7 on Caldwell is going to be a tough out. So that's going to be an automatic. That is going to be an automatic out, I believe. So that will be a 27 on a tough, and that is going to be a strikeout for Billy Smith. So Smith down on strikes, and there's one away. So Smith is down on strikes, and now here is Lee May. He is the first baseman. Again, what you do is you read off the card here first. If it says in play, tough, wheelhouse, ballpark, then you go to the card of the batter, and then you read the percentile. So it automatically goes to the batter first. So it's not a 50-50 system. And here is the pitch. It's going to be a 5 by Caldwell. Again, that's going to be tough. 98 on way is a fly ball left field. That will be Ogilvy makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. From a cloudy county stadium in Milwaukee. Not sure if the Green Bay Packers will be using this stadium this weekend, but we'll have to see. Here's Eddie Murray, Caldwell. So Murray's a switch hitter. Will bat from the right-hand side. This will be a 5. And again, that will be a tough. That will be, again, a 98. And that's a fly ball right field deep. Liscano there makes the catch. And the Orioles go 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the bottom of the first. Orioles, nothing. Brewers coming up the bat. So now we go to the bottom of the first inning. Here is Paul Molitor. So Molitor leads off. Brewer fans on their feet. So here is on the mound is going to be Mr. Jim Palmer. Here we go. That's going to be possibly trouble. 6 is in play. And that is going to be an 0. That is going to be 0-5 for Molitor. And that is going to be a triple for Paul Molitor. Holy cow. What a start from Molitor. Triples. 6 in play, 0-5 righty, and that is a triple. So Molitor triples, and he's at third. Here's the shortstop, Robin Yount. So the Brewers runner on third, nobody out. Brewer fans already on their feet. Palmer working from the stretch. Here we go, the pitch. And that's going to be a tough. Tough on an 09. Struck him out. Yount down on strikes. So Palmer gets Yount to get a big strikeout. And now here's the first baseman, Cecil Cooper. Cooper, excellent hitter. He's in that crouch of his. Came over in the Brewers from the Red Sox. He's really rejuvenated himself. He has now become an excellent first baseman. Woodsman, 5'6'4". Welcome in. Thank you very much for coming in tonight. 12 for Palmer's in the wheelhouse. It's going to be in the wheelhouse on a 19, deep to right field. Back goes Singleton. It is gone as Bernie the Brewer goes down the slide and in the studs. Cooper, a 2-run bomb, and the Brewers lead 2-0. Big bomb for Cooper, and the Brewers take a 2-0 lead. So bombs away on Palmer. And the Brewers take the lead as Bernie the Brewer goes down the slide into the suds. Oh, it could be a wet afternoon for Bernie. And now here's Larry Heisel. This 78 Brewer team has overachieved in a lot of sims and are a dangerous 4 seed. Here's the pitch from Palmer. And the pitch. That's going to be in play. That's going to be a 90. That's a ground ball to short. Good play. 2 outs. That's Heisel's thrown out. Here is Ben Ogilvy. So Ogilvy will bat, left-handed hitter. 2 outs. Brewers lead 2-0. Here's a pitch from Palmer and the swing. That's going to be a patient. That is going to be a 76 patient. And that's a single for Ogilvy. So Ogilvy continues the inning. And now here's the captain, Sal Bando. So Bando, the batter, runner on first and 2 out. Brewers lead by 2. Brewer fans on their feet. Palmer from the stretch in the pitch. That's going to be a tough. That's going to be a tough on a 63. And that is going to be a ground ball to second. Throws them out to end the inning. But the Brewers, 2 runs, 3 hits. We played 1. Just getting started here at County Stadium. 2-0 Brewers. So now for the Baltimore Orioles, here is Doug the Sensei. The Sensei will hit. Orioles had one last win in the regular season in Milwaukee. The Brewers with the 4 seed. Here's a pitch from Caldwell, and that's going to be a 7. That's going to be a tough out. That's going to be an out. So it's going to be an out. So it's going to be tough on a 59. And let's see, it's going to be fly ball to right. Play made, 1 away. The Sensei's out. So here is Andres Mora. Now, they didn't have Al Bunbury this season. He was kind of out for most of the season. So they kind of had to put different players in the lineup. Mora hit against Caldwell. It does, but it doesn't come up that often, maybe twice a game. So really kind of, you're seeing more hitting than you will on the fielding, but it does come up, and we'll kind of show you how it works. That's why we do. I just recently picked up a couple months ago the fast action card, which are these, and they are fantastic for the situation. So Mora is on a 4. Caldwell is in play, and that is going to be a 67. Anything underneath really a 22 is going to be an out. That's a G4, which is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to the second baseman, 2 outs. Here is Larry Harlow. And Ben, if you have a good printer, this game usually the guy who puts the game out puts out very cheap PDFs. These are PDFs. I went and got them cut at went and printed out. I think it was local printing store, and then I cut them out myself. So these are not the actual cards. He puts out great products, so there's nothing to worry about there. So here's Harlow. He is a left-handed hitter, and that is going to be a 5, and the 5 is going to be a tough again. That's probably not going to be good. 64 is a strikeout for Harlow to end the inning. So Caldwell is retired the first 6. Let's go to the bottom of the second. It is 2-0 Brewers. Stupid mouse. I guess it can sit there unless I need it again. Hopefully it won't. So bottom of the second inning, Milwaukee 2, Orioles nothing. Here is Sexto Lascano, one of my favorite players. That 1979 season was absolutely incredible versus left-handed pitching. So Lascano will now bat against the righty Palmer. Here's the pitch. The 8 is a patient. Is going to be a patient out. That's going to be an 81. And that's a fly ball to center field, and that is 1 away. So here is Mr. Gorman Thomas, the big center fielder. Caldwell coming in, 1 away. Thomas, big brewing right-handed hitter against Palmer. Here's the pitch. Here's a 3. There's your defensive check like we talked about. So let's take a look at it. So you pick a card, and on this card it tells you defense, range, first baseman. So let's see who's up. So the Brewers are up, Thomas. So that'll be Eddie, Eat, Drink, and B. Murray. So we're looking at his range. On his card, on Murray, they say his range is a C. So you go to the county stadium range ballpark card, and it says it's a hit 1 to 56. It's an out 57 to 99. So you just roll like this. It's a 20, and that's a base hit. So Gorman Thomas with a base hit. It's past Eddie Murray. So Murray's on with a base hit, and there's one away. So Gorman Thomas is on. Not much speed. He will not be held. And here is the catcher, Charlie Moore. Moore the batter. Here's the pitch from Caldwell from the stretch. That's going to be another patient out. That could be a double play ball. Let's see. So that's going to be a 50 patient. And let's see where that falls into. That's a ground ball to third. Let's see if we get a double play out of this. To do a double play ball, you look at Palmer's double play, which is a 6. Charlie Moore is a 7. If the 2 dice in front of me are less than a 6, it's a double play. It's an 8. It's higher, so it's a fielder's choice. Simple as that. So fielder's choice, 2 outs. And now here's Paul Molitor. Tripled and scored in the first on the home run by Cooper. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that's a bunch of 6s. There you go. That's a 12. Uh-oh. That again, remember, that is a 12. That's wheelhouse. That means he got one in the grooves. 10 for Mahler versus righty. He only hits a home run versus righty. Won the 14. Kaboom. Home run, Paul Mahler. Mahler, 6 home runs on the season, and he just hit one. So 12 is wheelhouse. That is a 10. So breaking up the double play kept the inning alive. 10 is gone, and the Brewers just keep adding on. So 2-run homer Mahler. Moore will score from third, and the Brewers now lead at 4-0. And here comes Bernie the Brewer getting sudsed up here in Milwaukee as the fans are going crazy at County Stadium. So here's robbing out. So 4-0 Brewers, this 78 team before the Brew Crew of 82. This Brewer team still had some pop. It's 9. It's going to be patient. It's going to be patient. It's going to be underneath. It's fly ball center field. It's retired, and the inning is over. But they get 2 more runs. We go to third. 4-0 Brewers. So the Brewers teeing off on Jim Palmer here, who never gave up a grand slam in his life. But he always kind of had that giving up the power thing. And they've hit the 12 twice today. Let's see if the Orioles can get back in it. Here's Ken Singleton, kind of a weaker hitter against lefties. So Caldwell's been having the best of them so far. Here's a pitch from Caldwell. And let's see if we'll need another red die or we're going to be able to get this one back. Hang on, folks. Let's see if we can scoot this one back. Give me 1 second as I attempt to find the old missing die. Hang on 1 second. You know what? Let me take a quick time out, and I will be right back, and I'll go grab it. Give me 1 second. Oh, Jesus, come on. Oh, wait a minute. Mike. I just lost. Oh, here it is. I just lost my mouse. Oh, there it is. Oh, lost it. All right, so dice go a running. The dice go a running, but I'm back. So thank you so much for staying with me. Top of the third, Singleton to bat, and we'll re-roll it. So here we go. Caldwell, here's the pitch, and we're back underway. That's in play, so let's see. But nope, that's going to be too high, 64. Fly ball left field. There's the out by Ogilvy, and Caldwell's retired the first 7. Here is Rick Dempsey, the catcher. 1 out in the third. Brewers lead 4-0. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 10, and that's going to be in play. A 27. 27 versus a righty is a single for Dempsey. First hit of the ball game. So now here's the second baseman, Rich Dower. Knew a lot about Rich Dower. Only struck out 22 times in about 400 plate appearances. Very tough to strike out. So let's see what happens here. Caldwell from the stretch. Orioles trying to get back in this here. It's a 5. It's going to be tough. He might fight this one off. Tough against 64 on a lefty. Nope, that's not going to work. 64 underneath. We'll go ground ball to second. Let's see if we can turn 2. Dower double play is a 9. That's not going to be good. That's slow as hell. Caldwell is a 7. So anything lower than a 7, it's a 5. That's a 4-6-3 double play and the inning. So a single, but a double play will wipe it clean. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 4-0 Brewers. So now here's Cecil Cooper. 2-run homer his first time up. So Palmer in a 4-0 hole here. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 6, and that's going to be in play. It's in play on Palmer. Yes, it's an in play on Palmer too. 51. Nope, not nearly enough. 51 ground ball to first. Murray will take it to the bag himself, and there's 1 away. Here is Larry Heisel. Heisel ground ball to shorts first time up. He's 0 for 1. Brewers lead 4-0. One out here, bottom of third inning. Game 1, 1978 reimagined Wildcard series. Here's the 9. 9 from Palmer is patient. A patient on a 69 is going to be ground ball to second. And wait a minute, hang on. So on a lefty, he gets the hit. But see, that's where the splits come in. So when 9 on Palmer is patient, that is going to be a 69, but a 69 against a righty is going to fall into the out column, and that's a ground ball to second, and that's 4-3. So Heisel's out, 2 away. Here is Ben Ogilvy. So Ogilvy the batter. Ogilvy singled his first time up. Here's a pitch from Gentleman Jim. That's going to be a 6, and that's in play. 41 for Gentleman Jim is going to be in the out chart. Ground ball back to the mound. Palmer's got it, picks it up, throws them out, and Palmer has a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the 4th inning here in Milwaukee. 2 burning the Brewers, sud shots, and the Brewers lead 4-0. So Baltimore comes up top of the order. Again, it's going to be Billy Smith. Billy Smith hit really well against lefties this season. The minimal at bats is why I kind of gave one. Hello, Al Red Sox fan. Welcome to County Stadium for the reimagined 1978 Game 1 of the Wildcard series. As this is the other part of the bracket, which is the number 4 seed Milwaukee Brewers and the number 5 seed Baltimore Orioles. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 2. Let's see. A 2 is in the ballpark for Caldwell. So let's see what happens here. 75. He is a switch, so he's a righty. That's going to be an in-play result for Billy Smith. So he didn't get in his meat section. Against a lefty, he's a 43 or less, and that's a base hit for Billy Smith. That's why he's leading off. Because Billy Smith can hit lefties a bit, and that time it paid off for him. So Billy Smith is on, second hit for the Birds, and we're underway. Here's the designated hitter, Mr. Lee May. 25 home runs on the year with super power. A lot of it versus lefties. Caldwell's going to have to be extra careful. Caldwell from the stretch. Here's the pitch. In play. That's going to be in play, but it's going to be in play on a 56. And that's a fly ball right field. Coming in, Lascano makes the catch, and there's one away. Now here's the first baseman, the switch hitting Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray, one of the younger-looking ball players here in 1978. He's been around a few years, and already he's starting to have that look of the clubhouse where he can hit. He's a switch hitter, power from both sides. Here's the pitch from Caldwell. That will be a 5, and that will be a tough on a 64, puts Murray into the out section. That's a ground ball to short and another double play ball. Murray is a 7. Caldwell is a 7. That's a 5. Guess what? 4, 6, 3, double play. And the Orioles again are foiled by the double play ball. No runs a hit. That will clear it. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 4-0 Bernie the Brewer. So Bernie the Brewer has slid down the slide twice tonight for the Brewers. So now it'll be Bando, Lascano, and Thomas for the Brewers. Palmer still in there in the 4th, looking good so far. Palmer, tough. I say he's hanging in there. It's tough. Tough on a 16, a strikeout for Sal Bando. So Bando is done. He's 0 for 2. And now here is the right fielder, Mr. Sexto Lascano. Lascano, good-looking right fielder, always had an excellent arm. Here is the pitch from Palmer. That's going to be a 7. That's going to be a tough. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to call that a 45, unfortunately. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. 45 is a strikeout, actually. On the right-hand side is a strikeout. Lascano still had good stuff against lefties this season, and you can tell with that tough column, but against righties, he is a little bit human. So 2 outs. Here is Gorman Thomas. Gorman Thomas so far, he reached on a single. It was on a rating play single. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 7. That's going to be, again, that's going to be tough. Tough on a 61. Gorman Thomas is a 1-9. He's a 1-97 on the tough section strikeout. Struck him out. So Thomas strikes out, retires the side. So he K's the side. So Palmer does a nice job. We head to the fifth. It's still 4-0 Brewers. Orioles need to get out of their own way here. They've had a couple hits, but they've been wiped clean by double plays. Here is Doug the Sensei Mora Harlow. Game 2 of the American League Wildcard Series from Fenway Park will be probably tomorrow, as it will be Louis Tiant on the mound, pitching Game 2, taking on Nolan Ryan of the California Angels. So here is Doug the Sensei. The Sensei will swing away. That will be 10. The Sensei, 10 on Caldwell is in play. 38 versus a lefty. Nope, that'll be a pop the third, major league pop-up, as Bando waits for it and makes the catch, and there's one away. Here is Andres Mora. So Mora will bat, one away. Mora here. Whoop. And there goes again the dice that don't want to stay on the game. You know what? We're switching to a different color. That might give a better chance for the Milwaukee Brewers. You know what? Let's go to Brewer colors. How about that? How about make it Milwaukee blue tonight? So let's see if that doesn't give the Orioles a chance. So we'll go to blue tonight. And yeah, that'll work. So let's go to blue. That's better than trying to dig around for more dice. So here is top of the fifth inning. Andres Mora the bat. Mora, right-handed hitter against Caldwell. Oh, starts by throwing a couple 12s. Wheelhouse by Caldwell. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Let's see. 11 versus a lefty. Bang. Deep fly, left field. Back goes Ogilvy. Looks up. It's gone. Andres Mora. So the change of dice has helped the Orioles get on the board. So there it is. 12 against Caldwell. Bang. That's a wheelhouse. That is an 11. 1-74 is a home run. That's deep. That's far. That is gone. So now it's 4-1 Brewers. So Mora homers. That's why he's kind of in that lineup. So now it's 4-1. And now here's Larry Harlow. Not much of a hitter against lefties. He could have. 11 in-play result. Ooh, it's going to be an in-play rare play. If someone saw the game 2 nights ago when I did the Red Sox and the Dodgers, and George Scott in the 9th inning pulled a David Cone or whatever it was, where he couldn't get out to first. He argued with the umpire, and a run scored all the way from second to tie the game. Yes, something crazy like that happened. Now this is going to be a rare play on an in play. So it's going to be an in play result. So runner, no, is there runners on base? No. So base is clean in play. Let's go to bases empty in play result. There it is right there. Let's go ahead and roll 220 sided die and see what kind of fun we have. 15. Let's read. Let's have story time with Uncle Mike. Okay. Oh, yuck. All right. Rain causes a delay. If 5th inning or later, it's not, but it's close. Roll 1d10 after every half inning. Results less than the end of the inning. Umpires call the game. That won't happen because it is a playoff game. If Dome Stadium for left, a slight delay, but game continues. You know what? That will be a null play. You're in a playoff game. Major League Baseball usually does not call games. They'll call it at the beginning of the game, but they'll never call it in the middle. So we'll call that a null play on the rare play, and we'll have a re-roll for Mr. Harlow. So there we go, Mr. Harlow again. So that will be a 7. That will be an automatic tough out, and that strikeout Harlow. So Harlow strikes out for the second time. There's 2 outs, and here's Ken Singleton. We brought this up earlier. That Singleton is not that much of a hitter against lefties. Only hit 229. He did hit 4 home runs, but he's a much better hitter against right-handed pitching. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch. That'll be a 10. That's in play. But for Singleton, that's a base hit for Ken Singleton. Doesn't matter if he's a little bit weaker. He still gets hits, and the Orioles have a 2-out base runner. So now here's Rick Dempsey. Single his last time up. Can Rick Dempsey continue to get on base? Dempsey, right-handed hitter. 1 out, 2 outs, 1 on. Now here comes all my notifications for people who post right about this time of night. So here we go. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Maybe a regular season game, but not a playoff game. So 10 for Caldwell's in play again. 28 for Dempsey. And against, we did this before. So let's see, a 10 for Caldwell in play. Dempsey's hitting against a lefty, 28. Up to 26 is a base hit against a 28 versus a righty. So that goes into the out section. It's a pop to second. And that will end the inning. So again, he misses a hit because Caldwell was not a righty. Orioles get one back on the home run by Mora. It's 4-1 Brewers. For those who are still been in here, have not subscribed, please do. I saw one new person today. Please go ahead and do that if you have not subscribed, if you're still watching, or you're watching this game later on. These games are getting better replay results. And if you're watching for the first time and watching these games, please help and subscribe to the channel. Of course, please hit like and also hit the notification bell so you'll know when I'll be on live. So 4-1 Brewers. It will now be Charlie Moore, Mulder and Yount against Palmer here in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Almost need a different 10-sided so it doesn't conflict with the blue, but we'll stay with it. Here is the 8 on Palmer. That is going to be a patient out. So it's going to be 38, and you know what? I'm going to call that. Let's see. It's a patient out, ground ball to third. So that's an automatic out, even though on the patient, that would be a hit. So unfortunately, that's what the patient out is with Joe Bryan's new system. When he has patient out or tough outs, that is an auto out. So Moore is out. Here's Mulder. Mulder has tripled and homered. So Mulder, a definite way of raking so far. He missed it this time. There's that 12 again. Wheelhouse, but an 84. Let's see. Mulder against an 84 will be ground ball hard to short, picked up by Billy Smith, gets up and throws him out, and there is 2 outs. So 2 outs in the 5th. Still nobody on. Brewers trying to add something here. Brewer fans, late afternoon here at County Stadium. Again, we'll have to check to see if the Brewers will have any problems with the Packers over the weekend, but I believe they will be in Baltimore when the game changes places. Here is Yount. Yount on the 8. That again will be a patient. So again, that'll be a 5-3 play, and he's out. So the inning is over. So Mr. Jim Palmer retires aside. So we go to the 6th. 4-1 Brewers. So Palmer trying to get back in this now. He's trying to get a little stronger. And now the Brewers may have to been on that bullpen of theirs, which is not the strongest. So now here we go. Top of the 6th, Dower, Smith, and May. So Dower will now hit. Dower in the ball game hit into a double play. That's a 7 on Caldwell. That's a tough out. So he'll be out. That'll be a tough on a 69, and we'll read it as a now. Ground ball to second, and there's 1 away. He's 0 for 2. So Dower is out. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. They used to play a bunch. Now they're all played at Lambeau. But back in the day, they used County Stadium frequently for their home field. So, now here is Billy Smith. He had a single his last time up. I kind of say that because getting actual weather conditions of County Stadium this year. Kind of doing around the real playoff grid. Boston and the Yankees would have played that 1-game playoff. Then the next day, Boston played California, and the day after will be game 1 of this series. So that would be a 5. A 5 on Caldwell will be tough. And 97 is definitely gonna be a fly ball shallow right field. That will be Lascano. There's 2 outs here in the 6th. Here is Lee May. He's the first baseman. So May, again, tremendous hitter against lefties, is 0 for 2, couple flyouts. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 11. That's in play. 19 versus the lefty. That's a base hit for Lee May. He hit a scorcher in the left field. So the Orioles now have a runner on with 2 outs. And here's Eddie Murray. He's over 2 with a double play. Now Murray again being a young kid though, but he is definitely has power in that bat. 40% chance of a home run in his column. Little stronger power versus righties. Caldwell from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's a ballpark result. Left-handed hitters is a 1-45. That's a 17. So he will get a free roll on his wheelhouse section. So Murray can get a base hit up to 77% of the time. Oh, he missed it anyway, and he throws his bat down. Fly ball right field. Back goes Lozano at the track, makes the catch as the ball died in the outfield, and Murray blew a chance to do something. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 4-1 Brewers. Excitement here at County Stadium. Game 2 starters, I haven't looked too closely to it, but we'll probably look at it when this game is over, who the Brewers and Orioles would go for a kind of game 2. So now we go to bottom of 6, 4-1 Milwaukee. It's Cooper, Heisel, Ogilvy against Palmer. So Palmer looks in at the pitch. Palmer on a 7 again is a tough, is a 15 for Cooper, and that's a strikeout for wave that it struck him out. He's 1 for 3. After that home run, Palmer has controlled them. 1 away, and here is Larry Heisel. Heisel for 2. He had a pretty darn good career. There is a fatigue rule. I'm not a huge fan of it, so I use Stratomatics. So when you say you're an 8, I still kind of use the 3 hits or walks into that inning. And to me, I think that works out really. That's how I do it. But there's rules if you read about it. I'm not too don't like it as much. That's kind of a homebrew rule I use. So here we go. That's going to be a 4 for Heisel. Heisel against Palmer is in play, but a 92 will sky one in the left field. That'll be Andres Mora makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. So 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Here is Ben Ogilvy, the left fielder. Came over from the Boston Red Sox and is starting to become a good power hitter here for the Brewers. Ron McGrath. Oof. Sorry, Ron, if you're in that tornado area, I do feel sorry for those who are out there in that Midwest area. It's just been some crazy weather this weekend. So here is Ogilvy. Boy, my mouth doesn't want to stay on the table. So here is 2 outs. It's going to be Ogilvy. There we go. Ogilvy against Palmer is in play, but if Ogilvy in play 51, you do go into the out section. Ground ball to third. Good play by the sensei. Throws him out, and that, folks, will end the 6th inning. So Palmer has done a great job. He's retired the last 13 in a row. The last hit he gave up was the Mauer home run in the 2nd inning. He retired in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So Palmer is getting stronger, but he still trails 4-1. We head to the 7th. So now the Orioles will now send up. It will be the meat of the middle of their order. It will be the Sensei Mora Harlow, the bat for the Birds. So let's see if we can find that here. Let's get Dempsey in front of Dower here. Here we go. Again, one of the big things about this game that makes it kind of intriguing is always the PDFs that you can do. So you basically can get that, print out the ones you need, use them. You know, it's like $7, like $9, $10, $11, and you get them all. You get every player. So you don't have to worry about players who are not carded. That's certain companies don't do. So top of the 7th, 4-1 Milwaukee. Even though I'm a Strat head, I'm a Strat maniac, payoff pitch is an excellent game. Top of the 7th for Baltimore, the Sensei Mora Harlow against Caldwell. 290-plus innings. So Caldwell probably isn't going anywhere unless he gets fatigued out in the 9th. It's going to be an 8. That's an in-play result, though. The Sensei on a 70 is a ground ball to second. Marner is there, makes the play. So there it is, 0 for 3 for the Sensei. Here's Andres Mora, 1 for 2, long home run. So Mora to swing. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch, and that will be a 5. That will be tough. Tough on a 74. We just missed a single. 69% would have been a single. 74 is a fly ball center field. Again, the center fielder will be there. That'll be Gorman Thomas, and there's 2 away. And here's Larry Harlow. They're going to have to make a move, I think. The Orioles are going to have to do something here. Again, he's in there to play center field, and he just doesn't do a lot for me out there. And let's see if the Orioles have something better. And they have a little more power out of Carlos Lopez. They're going to give him a shot. So Lopez will swing. He'll swing for Harlow, kind of do pinch hitting after the 7th inning. I try to set these lineups and don't want to have to say, okay, let's make a move now. So let's bring in Lopez. He'll stay in center field. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Mike Caldwell still looking strong. Here is the pitch from Mr. Caldwell, and that is in play. 21, and that is going to be a base hit for Carlos Lopez. So a pinch hit single. So the Orioles keep it going. They're trying to stay in this. And now here's Mr. Ken Singleton. He has power, just not as much as he does against righties. He only had 20 home runs in 1978, 4 versus lefties, 16 versus righties. Caldwell looks in from the stretch. He's got to be careful with this, though. And that's going to be a 7. That's a tough out. He'll get him. 68 on it. 68 on a tough is in the out section. That's a ground ball to short. Good play. And throws him out as out. And that retires the side. We have the 7th inning stretch coming up. Let Bernie the Brewer sing you Take Me Out to the Ball Game. It's Brewers 4 and Baltimore 1. So the Brewers lead 4-1. Rambunctious crowd here. They want to try to grab game 1, unlike what, unfortunately, the California Angels kind of ransacked and ambushed Red Sox in game 1 of the AL wildcard game. Again, if you haven't seen it, my apologies, but please go and watch the game. It is an excellent game. So bottom of the 7th, 4-1 Brewers. It will now be Bando, Lascano, and Thomas. He'll bat against Palmer, who's been excellent since giving up the long ball. Here's the pitch. And that will be a 9. That'll be patient. That'll be 89. And that will be a ground ball to short. Billy Smith is there, makes the play, and there's 1 away. And the Brewer offense has gotten quiet since. So now here's Lascano. And Palmer, with his 200-plus innings, ain't going anywhere either. Didn't make a lot of pitching changes in game 1 either. 7 on Palmer is going to be tough. Tough on a 67 versus a righty. And how about that? Tough against a righty. 67 is a single. How about that? So a 7 Palmer tough. 67 righty single for Lascano. So this time he gets the break versus the righty. So first, the big hit for Lascano. Got off the sawed off the bat and dropped into left field for a base hit. So now here's Gorman Thomas. Thomas the batter. Runner on first, 1 out. Thomas, he's 1 for 2 in the ball game, an infield hit and struck out. Caldwell from the stretch. Here we go. Can things break loose here? It's going to be patient on an 83. A 3. Nope, doesn't do it there. That's a ground ball to short. Let's see if we can turn 2. Gorman Thomas is a 6. Palmer is a 6. The 2 numbers is a 9, and that will be a force out. So another fielder's choice keeps the inning alive. Thomas at first, and here's Charlie Moore. Moore in the ballgame has reached on a fielder's choice and scored on a Molitor home run and ground to third. So he's officially 0 for 2. Molitor on deck. Brewers trying to add something here. They only lead 4-1. Here's the pitch from Caldwell, and that's fouled out of play as Milwaukee Brewer die goes flying. Let's go ahead and replay that die. That's going to be an 8. An 8 on Palmer is a patient out. That's going to be an out. So that'll be a 5-3 play and retires the side. So Palmer does it again. We played 7. It's 4-1 Milwaukee. So Milwaukee now, you can tell they're kind of struggling now. And the Orioles have gotten some hits, but they have not been able to pin anything together. They've got about a hit an inning so far. They've had six hits in the ball game. 1 was a home run. It's going to be Dempsey, Dower, and then back to the top of the order for Billy Smith against Mike Caldwell here in the 8th inning. Again, the Brewers don't have that number 1 closer. Let's see how this works out here. It's going to be a 5. That's going to be tough. Tough for Dempsey. 46 versus a lefty. Nope, doesn't get it in there. That's a ground ball to first. Cooper takes to the bag, and there's 1 away. And now here's the second baseman, Rick Dempsey. Rich Dower. So Dower the batter. Dower's 0 for 2 with a double play ball. Caldwell looks in. He doesn't look like he wants to come out of this game either. Here's the pitch. That's in play, though. That's an 85. It was a ground ball to short. That is a good play by Yount. Throws him out, and there's 2 outs. 2 outs in the 8th inning. So now here comes Billy Smith. Smith in the ball game so far is 1 for 3 with a single. Caldwell with the windup, looking in on the pitch. That's going to be an 8. That's in play. But an in play on a 66 is a ground ball to third. And that will do it. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The score, 4-1 Brewers. So the Orioles will have the meat of the order against Caldwell in the 9th if he stays in there. Bill Castro will start warming for the Brewers. For the Brewers, it will now be the top of their order. Mulder, Yount, Cooper, the bat against Palmer, and he will pitch the 8th inning here. Game 1, American League Wildcard Series. Here it is, the pitch. That's going to be an 8. An 8 is a patient out again. That's 5-3. Again, a big play there. So again, Mulder right now is 2 for 4, that home run and triple, as Palmer's absolutely now is kind of controlling this one. He made the 2 bad pitches so far, and that has been it. Palmer looks in the pitch. It's going to be a 6. It's in play. It's a 26 versus a righty, and that's a single for Yount. So Yount gets himself a single. So Yount is on. He's 1 for 4. And now here's Cooper. He's 1 for 3 with that big 2-run homer back in the 1st inning. As the Brewers jumped on Palmer early. Brewer fans on their feet. They want insurance. Palmer from the stretch. Here's the pitch. He's a 9-2, so he can be fatigued, though. It's going to be a 4. It's going to be in play. And in play on a 50 is going to be ground ball to first. Let's see if they can turn 2 to get out of this inning. Double play 6. Double play 6. It's a 4. It's a 3-6-3 double play as Cooper could not beat it out. 3 up, 3 down after the hit. Let's go to the 9th inning. Do the Orioles have a rally in their bones? Because I won't steal. Do we want some 9th inning magic like some channel uses? But I'll use what Michael K used to use. Do the Baltimore Orioles have a rally in their bones? We'll head to the 9th. It's 4-1 Brewers. So here we go. For the Brew Crew, it'll be May, Murray to Sensei in the 9th inning, or the Brewers will go on and win game 2. May, so far in the ball game, is 1 for 3. Caldwell will stay in. And here's the pitch. That's in play. Oh, it's in. Oh, no. Again, it's going to be the old in play, rare play. So it's going to be in play, rare play again. Hopefully not another. Let's see what it's going to be. Nope, it's going to be a 74. So now I have to pull up my chart now. I was hoping to have to use the chart as much. Let's see. 74. And now let's read with Uncle Mike. Roll 1d6. If the results are 1, 2, or 3, the batter hits a ground ball off the middle that trickles through the infield for a hit. If the results are 4 or 5, the next batter also hits a ground ball off the middle for a single. Runners advance 1 base. If the results are 6, the batter singles. The next batter hits into a 1-6-3 double play. Ooh, that's nasty. So, all right, folks, let's roll and find out what we get. So a 6 gets a Brewer double play. Or it's probably going to be a hit. So 1, 2, 3, it's a hit. 4 and 5, the next 2 batters get a hit. 6, we get the double play. Come on, Ben. Can we roll a 6? And no, it's a 2. That's what they probably wanted. That's a base hit up the middle. It keeps the next batter from getting a base hit. So there you go. At least it's only a single. So that could have started kind of fatiguing there a little bit, but he doesn't. So May gets a hit, his second hit of the ball game. The Orioles now have a rally starting. Strange rare play. That's what, and they have nice rare plays. I'll give them credit. Kind of get the fun stuff you won't see. So May is on. I hate to see a team lose by it, but I almost saw it the other night with one of the screwiest rare plays you'll ever see. So here is Eddie Murray, 0 for 3. He's due. Caldwell looks in. Castro is ready for the Brewers if needed. Here's the pitch. In play. 98, fly ball right field. That is Lozano. Makes the catch, and Palmer. And Murray's 0 for 4. So with 1 out, here's the sensei. Much better hitter against left-handed. He's always been a better hitter. So this will be a spot he can hit in. 75% home runs against lefty. So if he gets a piece of one, we could have a 4-3 ball game. Here's a pitch from Caldwell. It's an 8. It's in play. But again, it's a 93. Keep rolling them. Fly ball left field. Ogilvy is back at the track, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. So they're now down to the last out. And here's Andre Mora, 1 for 3. Bang. Had a long home run. The only Oriole run of the ball game. That was back in the 5th inning. So let's see if Caldwell can get the last out here. Brewer fans on their feet, waving the foam. Caldwell from the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a 4, and it's in play. 25 for Mora. No. Oh, my. Okay, so on Andre Mora's card, 1 to 3 is a double. 4 to 24 is a single versus lefties. 25. So that means pop the second. That should be a second baseman. Dower, a second baseman, Mauler makes the catch. The game is over. And the Milwaukee Brewers hold on and win this one by the score of 4-1. So the Brewers go on and win the first game, and they'll hold court as they will go to game 3. Woo! They hang on, folks. So let's take a look at our rosters and see what's available for these teams. So again, if you're not watching the other series, please do. In game 1, the Angels defeated the Red Sox, I believe it was 7-2. Angel bats came alive. They are the 6th seed. The Red Sox are the 3 seed. Could go to the lefty McGregor or the lefty Flanagan. I think we're going to be a lefty regardless. It's going to go left in this series. So I'll go to Scotty McGregor here. Let's see what the card looks like and see if he gives up a lot of bangs or not. Flanagan gives up home runs on the 2, ballparks on the 10. Ballparks righty against him, 1 to 71. So that's where you don't want is a good ballpark chance. Good ballpark chance for the against on their cards. So let's see what McGregor's card looks like. Wheelhouse on the 2, ballpark on the 10, basically the same thing. So we'll go to McGregor for game 2 starter. He'll be the starter for game 2. Again, that'll probably be about 2 days. Looks like I can play 2 games a day, which while I'm working a couple days this week, probably be 1 day when I get home. So tomorrow's game we'll concentrate back at Fenway Park again. It will be Louis Tiant because Mike Torres pitched the 1-game playoff theoretically versus the Yankees, and he's not going to be eligible to pitch until game 3 when they do travel to California and Anaheim Stadium. So Tiant will be the number 2 starter in this. So pitching for the Brewers in game 2, with 36 starts and 280 innings. It's easy enough. A lot of in-play stuff, no power. We'll go to Larry Sorensen. So he's not going to give up any wheelhouse shots, but he will give up some ballpark stuff, and he gives up a ton of hits and plays. So it's Sorensen and McGregor. They will go game 2. Folks, thank you for showing up tonight. Ron Graff, please stay careful out there in tornado land. Ben, thank you for coming in for me. I appreciate that. Thank you for everyone for being here. Anyone else who came in for a few minutes, Al Red Sox fan, know you're here somewhere. Thank you for coming in. Again, final score here at Milwaukee County Stadium. It's the Brewers 4 and the Baltimore Orioles 1. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time.